Welcome to Investors Guide. You're watching ET Now. Thank you for joining us. Remember, this is the show that will find the perfect investment product in the market for you. And we've had a lot of volatility in our stock market, which is why on this show, we find the perfect insurance policy or the mutual fund or the fixed deposit that will keep your money safe and help you beat inflation in the long term. Remember, you can write to us. There's an email ID at the bottom of your screen. Send in any question you might have about your money. Over the next half hour, we'll start by helping a senior citizen retake his portfolio and make his retirement corpus more tax efficient. In our product review this week, we'll look at the ICICI Prudential Dynamic Fund, and we'll find out why you need to change your checkbooks before the 31st of July. Alright, this is the point of the show where I bring in Dhirendra Kumar, the CEO of Value Research and our in-house expert who joins us every week. Dhirendra, thank you so much for joining us on Investors Guide. Let's get straight to our portfolio versus portfolio segment. Well, Mayank Sharma has written in from Ghaziabad. Dhirendra, he retired last year. He tells us his wife is his only dependent. He receives about 70,000 rupees from his investments, and that covers all of his monthly expenses, including an EMI that he pays every month. Now, let's take a look at his investments. He has 92 lakh rupees in fixed deposits, 30 lakh rupees in equity mutual funds. He also has a contingency fund, and he tells us he falls in the 20% tax bracket slab. Now, out of his equity funds, he tells us he's not going to need that money for the next 5 years, and he just wants to plan all of his investments better. He hopes to replace his car next year, possibly travel overseas with his wife as well, and he might want to buy property in some time. But I first want to look at his fixed income, which is his fixed deposits. 92 lakh rupees in fixed deposits that gives him a regular income. Is it the most efficient way to do what he needs to do?
Yes, it is a very decent return, given that, he has been able to lock in a return of 9.75%. He's into 20% tax bracket, and he has a very definite requirement, income requirement, the EMI, the EMI and the monthly expense. So I think, it's a good idea to be having this, and he's fortunate to be able to lock into this return. He should not consider a mutual fund, even though it will look like apparently a more tax efficient vehicle, because the kind of predictable return which he is able to derive from this deposit, that will not be available for any category of fund. It is undesirable given his, definite non-negotiable dependence on this income.
Right, so stay with your fixed deposit. Dhirendra, let's look at his mutual fund investment. He has 9 funds right now. They're a mix of mid-cap, balanced, large-cap funds. He tells us, like he said, he doesn't need the money for the next 5 years, but it will help him beat inflation. Can you take a look at it and maybe bring it down a little bit, give him a smaller, better managed portfolio? What would you recommend he does?
One is that, I will compliment him on choosing the good funds of the equity fund universe. And his funds actually do not require a massive rejig, but, surely dropping some and bringing some kind of balance in the scale of investment he has. So, he has HDFC Balanced, HDFC Mid-Cap Opportunity, HDFC Top 200 and HDFC Equity. And given that on one hand he has 92 lakh rupees invested in a bank deposit, which I will consider as a fixed income allocation. So he can do without, without these 4 funds. He can just have, in place of these 4 funds, he can just have the HDFC Equity, and that's about it. That will take care, and it is also a low maintenance because it's a fairly diversified portfolio. And other funds which he has chosen are also of the similar kind. So it will be a low maintenance portfolio. The portfolio, all the underlying funds will have ample flexibility. They will be very maneuverable, and most of these funds have very compelling long-term history.
Alright, so you seem to be on track with that portfolio. Dhirendra, they're making very few changes in your equity portfolio as well. Dhirendra, he has talked about the fact that he's slightly nervous about having so much money in equity right now. He wants to know if he should be moving it to debt. Would you recommend he maintains that 30 lakh rupees completely in equity?
Yeah, I think, it is very important for him to have the 38 lakh rupees in equity. Simply because his fixed income investment, his deposit which is worth 92 lakh rupees, all the income and which is his necessity, which is his essential requirement, and that is going down in value. So he should certainly look at, replenishing that money, the value of that money, at least to the tune of inflation, and that can be replenished periodically. Maybe on a 3-year basis, he should look at the appreciation from the equity fund and take some money out and put it in the deposit.
All right, Mr. Sharma, that's the advice you're getting right now. Remember, Dhirendra is saying your fixed deposits are on track. Your equity portfolio, just consolidate all of those HDFC funds into HDFC equity. Once every couple of years or 3 years, move the gains from your equity portfolio into your fixed deposit. Right back to us if you need any more help. We have a question from Shailaja, Dhirendra, in our little corner that we save for our female viewers. She's 28 years old. She's been saving 30,000 rupees every month. Now, she has a total investment corpus of 9 lakh rupees in mutual funds and 2 lakh rupees in stocks. Her goal is to buy a flat worth 40 lakh rupees in the next 5 years and to also build a retirement corpus. She sent us a list of the funds that she has. It's a small list. There's HDFC Equity, ICICI Prudential Discovery, UTI Dividend Yield, and Fidelity Global Real Assets Fund. She wants to know if her investments are on track. Would you like her to make any changes?
No, I would not like her to make any change. And in fact, she has built a good portfolio, a very complementary fund, and all of them combined together make an excellent choice. The only, right now, the Fidelity, the erstwhile Fidelity India Real Asset Fund has proved to be very impressive. But, it's a relatively new fund. If she would have, asked me earlier, I would have suggested her no. But now it looks a very impressive, this selection looks very impressive. She should carry on with this, on this plan.
All right, Shailaja, 2 thumbs up for you. Dhirendra telling you your plan is on track. Reach us again in a little while and we'll give you another review of how your funds are doing. Maybe once a year is a good time to take a look at your portfolio. Good luck with that. All right, before we go into break, we know the Reserve Bank of India has introduced a check truncator system that lets you clear your third-party checks instantly. You won't have to wait for 3 days to get your checks cleared like earlier. This also means you need to exchange your old checkbooks for new ones before the 31st of July. Here's how the new system will work. Take a look.
The Reserve Bank of India has introduced a more secure system for processing check payments called the Check Truncation System, or the CTS. Through this process, banks will no longer send physical checks to each other for clearance. They will use a scanned electronic image for your check instead. Now, not only does this mean that the clearance on your checks will become faster and safer, but the look and feel of your checks will also change. Take a look. Under the new system, the details of the check printer along with the words CTS 2010 will be printed on the left right-hand corner. The rupee symbol is printed beside the area where the amount in figures will be written. The details of the bank and its logo are printed on the face of the check in invisible ink. The void pantograph is printed below the area where the account number is printed. The new system comes into effect from the 31st of July this year. So any check you sign after that date will have to be in the new format, including post-dated checks for your EMIs and rent payments. Make sure you get in touch with your bank and exchange your current checkbooks for new ones. Banks like SBI, HDFC and ICICI began issuing CTS-compliant checkbooks in 2012. So if you are unsure about whether your checkbook is compliant, take it to a bank branch and have it verified. The new system will not only speed up the process of check clearance, it will also reduce errors and the possibility of fraud. So make sure you have your CTS compliant checks before July 31st, 2013.
So remember, if you don't know whether your checkbook is compliant, take it to the nearest bank branch and they'll take a look at it and tell you what you need to do. Coming up after the break, Dhirendra Kumar stays with us and we'll talk about the ICICI Prudential Dynamic Fund. We'll take a look at whether it retains its 5-star rating.